Hello. Dear students, you are welcome back to STR. Today we are having the second episode on the first chapter, Reproduction in Organisms. Last episode we had just introduced you that there are two types of reproduction in organisms. One, asexual reproduction, and second, sexual reproduction. Now we will see the peculiarities of asexual reproduction in detail. So, asexual reproduction. Asexual reproduction, the first character is it needs only one parent. It needs only one parent. So, we can say that it is uniparental. Uniparental. So asexual reproduction is uniparental. That means only one parent is needed. See, you are just visiting your friend's house. You saw a beautiful garden plant there. You take a branch of it, bring to your house and plant it. Or you cut the branch into 2-3 pieces and you plant in 3 places. What will happen? 3 young plants will grow. So these 3 young plants are the offsprings of the other plant. So how many parents are there? Only one parent. One plant is involved in that. So needs only one parent. Second thing is no fusion of gametes. You may also please make a note of these points. The second point is no fusion of gametes. Gametes may be produced or may not be produced. But the gametes will not be fusing together. The fusion of 2 gametes will produce a zygote. You know that. You have learned in the first year, in the +1. So the zygote will grow into the offspring. We know that. So there is no production of zygote. Why? Because no fusion of gametes. And third is all the offsprings produced by asexual reproduction will be exactly similar to the parents, to its parent, both morphologically and genetically. That means what? Similar to parents morphologically and genetically. So what is the third difference or third peculiarity? All the offsprings produced, suppose there will be 1,000 offsprings, all the 1,000 offsprings will be exactly similar to its parent, and these offsprings will not be having any difference among themselves. That means they are similar to one another and exactly similar to its parent. Such offsprings will be called as clones. So what is a clone? A clone is offsprings exactly similar to its parents, both morphologically and genetically, and the offsprings will not be varying among themselves. So such offsprings are called clones. So the asexual reproduction, what are the peculiarities? It needs only one parent, or we can say that asexual reproduction is uniparental. Second is gametes may be produced or may not be produced, but there will not be no fusion of gametes, and all the offsprings will be similar to, exactly similar to their parents. So these are the 3 characters of asexual reproduction. Now we will think of sexual reproduction. Now we will think of sexual reproduction. So what happens here? Definitely there must be the participation of a male parent and a female parent. A male parent alone cannot reproduce. A female parent alone cannot reproduce. There must be a union of two parents. That means a male parent and a female parent must be there. So we can say that it is biparental. It is biparental. Or we can say that involvement of two parents of opposite sex. There must be the involvement of two parents of opposite sex. That is, we can say sexual reproduction is biparental. Then there must be production of gametes. The male parent will produce the male gamete, the female parent will produce the female gamete. So gametes have to be produced invariably. Gametes has to be produced. And so we can say that production of gametes must take place. Not only that, they have to fuse. So production of gametes must be there, and fusion of gametes must also be there. And what is to be produced as a result of fusion of gametes? A zygote. So gametes must be produced. The male and female gametes must fuse together to form a single cell called the zygote, and the zygote will grow into the embryo. Or we can say the young one. And third point is all the offsprings will be definitely having different characters from its parents. That means there will be variations. See, in a family, we can look into our family itself. The father is there, the mother is there, 5 children are there, 2 boys, 3 girls, like that. So what happens? All the 5 children will be no exact copies of the father or not exact copy of the mother. That means they are different from their parents. That is variation. So variation is there. So what is variation? See, in my example, there are 5 children in a family. Out of this, you look at these 5 people. All are different among themselves. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 children are there. All the children are different among themselves. And they are different from their parents also. Though they may show similar characters to of their parents and of their parents, they are having different characters that the parents do not have. So there must be variations. So these are the 3 peculiarities of the sexual reproduction. So you may also make a note of these points. Sexual reproduction involves 2 parents, or it is biparental. Then production of gametes must be there, and fusion of gametes must take place and produce a zygote. Zygote develops into embryo. And then the third character is variation. The offsprings will have variations. They differ or they variate in their nature from their parents. So these are the characters of sexual reproduction. Now I have to tell you that there must be, you may be asked a question like this: what are the different types of reproduction? Of course we know asexual reproduction and sexual reproduction. And the second question is, what is the difference between these two, or how do they differ? Then we have these answers. Sexual reproduction needs the involvement of 2 parents of opposite sex. That means we can say that it is biparental. Then second is production of gametes and fusion of gametes leading to the formation of zygote, and zygote develop into embryo. And the offspring will be varying from their parents. So these are the characters. And you are asked to make a comparative study of these 2, sexual reproduction and asexual reproduction. Then we have to produce all these reasons in separate columns. Then your answer will be perfectly okay. Okay, my dear students, we have seen the details of asexual reproduction and sexual reproduction, and today we'll be stopping at this point of sexual reproduction and asexual reproduction, the differences. Okay, you may please make a note of all these points against each head. We will see in the next class.